Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. How are you doing? And welcome back to the Lovin Daily, where we talk about the top trending stories. You may notice I'm joined by Rich this morning. Welcome, Rich.
Hi, Casey.
We're going to be talking all things football, I believe.
Yeah, some things football.
Some things football. We'll also be talking about all the things happening in Dubai this weekend. Before we get into, I would say, a devastation for Saudi footballers, I want to let you know that today's show is brought to you by the Dubai Mall, which is offering double Skyward miles. This weekend, you can earn double Skyward miles on luxury fashion and high-end jewellery collections. And next weekend, that's October 2 and October 3, you can then earn double miles on all high street fashion brands. And as I say, while the Dubai Mall is the sponsor of the show, the opinions and statements are Lovin Dubai's. So we're going to take you into our top story, which is devastation for the Al Hilal Saudi champion football team. After 15 players tested positive, they have now withdrawn from the league.
Yeah, they were kicked out.
They were kicked out.
This is the language we're using.
Well, kicked out, banned, officially withdrawn, but
Yeah.
they can't continue because they needed 13 players. They didn't have 13 players, which is shocking for the previous champs, right?
Yeah. So just a bit of context, like to put, the Arabian Gulf League, the Saudi football in Saudi is massive, right? Like the domestic league is massive, and the consumption of the Champions League and the Premier League and the Spanish La Liga is really, really big. And this club are the biggest club, Al Hilal. They've got a few ex-Premier League players like Benafomi Gomez. You people will know him, and he's scoring loads of goals last year, and he's really, really good. But they win the league really regularly in Saudi. So think of them like Juventus or someone like that for Saudi, and they're just really good. And they qualified for the AFC, which is a Champions League in Asia. And this is played in different places, and they were in the group stages. So think of this as the group stages of the Champions League that happens across Europe throughout midweek over a few months. This is all happening at once now. And a bit like they had the bubble in Lisbon at the end of the Champions League because of COVID. So all these teams are playing this Champions League, and they're the reigning champions. And they played their group games, and about a week ago, they said, 15 players tested positive, 30 in total of the staff, etc. And they've requested each of their games to be postponed to give the players a chance to recover. And they weren't really getting anywhere, and the games were going ahead, and they won one, and they drew 1-0 all, but like they really weren't the full
So
thing.
this has been a rolling thing of positive tests. It's not just today 15 tested positive. It's been happening throughout the league.
Yeah. It's kind of, the story's about a week old. Like when they tested positive, that was probably a week ago.
Okay.
But they're still in quarantine. The ones who tested positive, and it came to a head last night because AFC stipulate that you have to have, as you mentioned, minimal 13 player in the match squad. Now, like we've seen new rules in England, etc., that you can have more subs, that you can use more subs, but minimum, the old school was, at least have a keeper on the bench sort of thing. They only had 11 players in their match squad, 3 of which were goalkeepers. So when they submitted, and the team squads, goes on social media, and they're excellent on social media if you follow them. They put their squad up, and it says, GK beside 3 players and 8 outfield players, but really the goalkeepers weren't playing outfield, so they were only going to start with a keeper and 7 outfield players. AFC, the Asian Champions League, didn't like this. It was in breach of the rules. And what would normally happen in that situation, if they're not postponing it, you would forfeit the match, and that gets put down as the official result when a match isn't played, like a walkover in tennis, WO, it goes loss in football, and in a group standing like that, you lose the game 3-0, right? So because goals for and against are important. So in a round robin, but they'd already qualified for the next round. I'm not sure the impact of the 3-0, but that should have been a 3-0 forfeit. Instead, because of this back and forth, they now are no longer in the tournament.
It's a drama.
Yeah, it's drama, isn't it? But it's funny because it's all related to kind of like what's the best thing to do for COVID.
This is what I was going to ask, because this is not going to be a one-off situation. It's to be expected. It's going to happen across football. It's going to happen across other sports. So did the regulators make the right call here to fully withdraw them from the league?
I don't know. I think in general, sorry, get my words out. But I'm thinking of what happened with Novak Djokovic, and I know it's not related, but I'm just thinking about running these big tournaments and making decisions on rules is so important. Whether it's tennis, rugby, golf, football, and we can pick sides here and we can say that it was harsh, it wasn't harsh, etc. But running major tournaments and doing things in the safety of the tournament, people miss sport for so long. It's great that there's some sport on. So I don't know if they did the right or wrong thing with the ruling, but I think anyone who's on the wrong side of a ruling like that will feel, and the fans will feel injustice. However, and there's a hashtag trending on Twitter, justice for Hilal. So Al-Ati, sorry. So basically... so basically they would feel responsible, the tournament organizers. But, there's also, they released a statement and they also said that they had asked for ventilation and better facilities where they were staying. So there's a bit of back and forth there.
I just look at it from the player point of view, from their perspective, from everyone's perspective who's been had like a very rough year. And whenever I hear a sad story, I'm just like, that's just another little thing that's gonna.
Al-Hilal, not Al-Ati. I got mixed up. It is. It's another thing. But this is extreme. Like having 30 players, 30 staff members, 15 players. It hasn't happened elsewhere in the world per se. We get, regularly now in England, they're testing really super regularly, and well-known names and cases are happening every few days. Like there's David Moyes from West Ham was tested positive the other day, the manager and one or two players. So like it's ongoing, and maybe there'll be more cases like this, and maybe the Premier League or the European Champions League, the UEFA Champions League, will have a dilemma like this as well.
Maybe they will, but it's just really cool that we had Shirag Suri from the IPL yesterday join us to talk about how they're rolling out cricket measurements here in the UAE and seeing what they did with the UFC down in Abu Dhabi, which is coming back, which is really cool. It is incredible to see.
Fight Island, yeah.
Fight Island. It is incredible to see how they can roll out these incredible kind of world-class sporting events.
But to put it in this way, right, Liverpool are back in the Premier League. They're going to be in the Champions League. It'll kick off in a month. They play round robin group, right? And it'll go into kind of January, February. Just say that they've qualified. They have 9 points. They play. They've qualified, and then they have a game against, say, Bayern Munich in February, and they put a squad that's low like that, and they get kicked out of the Champions League, like the whole tournament.
Well, this is
not
it,
because of the results. So
it sets the precedence of what this league have done. Asian Soccer League, Football League, what they have
AFC,
done. AFC. What they have done is they've set a precedent which will need to be followed going forward. And obviously, I think other federations or other regulatories or other sports will look at that, and they'll have to figure out what they'll do in that case.
Yeah.
Anyway,
can I, before you go on to the other show, and I know you're going to talk about it later, and I won't be here because I'm going to let you get on with the show. But the Skywards thing is interesting. The Dubai Mall. I know it's a promotion that they're running, and I know you're going to talk about it. But I was traveling recently, and all my air miles, all my Skywards were gone. So I lost my kind of silver to blue benefits.
So I was sitting beside a silver.
No, but you forget because you haven't traveled. So actually, I would like the little benefits that I grew accustomed to, such as the business lounge and the skipping the queue, especially during COVID, less queues and things like that. But they're gone. And I have to fly more now, and I don't know when I'm going to fly more. So actually, to get double Skywards, if you're going to be purchasing anyway, or if you want to go to the mall, it's actually a good thing.
100%, and a word for Rich to use them to make most, so then you keep building them. Is that how it works?
Going to be in the Dubai Mall over the weekend?
I'm probably not. I'm probably not, but I'll probably cope with my poor me. I'll probably cope with the brilliant Emirates Blue anyway. I don't mind it, but I just think that if people, I don't think people have realized that they've lost a lot of miles over the last 6 months.
I actually haven't checked.
Yeah.
No, it is interesting. This is going off it a little bit, but I remember Kareem have this point building system, and you don't even know you're building points with Kareem. And then they had a with your points, you can either donate to charity or you can get money off food. And then it started going viral. I saw it on a Facebook group. My friend Ava shared it with me, that if you can donate all your points to a charity, and then it was started this thing, and hundreds of thousands of points were donated via Kareem. So everyone on the last day that all our points were running out, it was like this community effort. It was great, and everyone gave to charity. Anyway, guys, we'll be back after the break to talk more about Skywards Miles, also what's happening this weekend and why the flight to nowhere sold out in 10 minutes.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello, everyone. If you're just joining us or if you stayed with us for the show, we are back. It's Thursday. We're so excited about the end of the week. It's near. Chai, are you excited? Looking forward to it?
Just a couple of more hours.
Just a couple more of long hours of work. We'll make it through, but we're going to be talking about everything going on in Dubai this weekend. However, before we get there, I want to talk to you about the 7-hour flight to nowhere that sold out in 10 minutes. So this giggle has taken over the internet. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. It was offered by Qantas, a 7-hour flight to nowhere, basically for people who miss flying during the COVID pandemic. So on October 10th, the flight will do an Aussie tour, which is basically a loop around Queensland and the Gold Coast with low flyovers over the Great Barrier Reef and Sydney Harbour. So it's going to be beautiful,
Wow.
but it will cost you between 2k and 9,900 dirham per person. Now, I said it's 7 hours, 134 tickets were on sale, and like I said, it sold out in 10 minutes. This is really interesting to me because A, I want to know who misses flying.
People really miss flying.
Really?
Clearly.
I miss the destination.
Yeah.
And the people on the other side, but I don't miss the airport process, especially during COVID. Like who would want that?
Yeah,
Your thoughts? Do you feel the same, or would you take the offer if you could?
If it's to a destination and I'm staying there for a couple of days.
No, it's a 7-hour flight. It'll be, because it's Australia, it's going to be beautiful. So you'll see the Great Barrier Reef. You'll go low over Sydney Harbour.
But it's completely. It's a good sightsee, I guess.
I don't know. 7 hours on a flight to nothing, guys. What are your thoughts on that?
But then I imagine, right? Like people on the window seat, they'll actually get a good view. But people sitting in the aisles, like, what are they doing? What are they looking at? They're looking at other people look outside.
Maybe it's just 7 hours relief from what's going on down here.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you have people, worried about climate action. Like this is not very good for the environment as well. But like I said, 134 seats. So it's going to be a big plane, and I'm assuming people are spaced out, so you're not going to be sitting next to strangers. But even the process of going through an airport right now, do you have to get a COVID test? It just kind of fills me with dread a little bit. I don't know.
So where's it taking
If you have a
off
different thought, if you would be excited, if you would take that, do let us know and let us know why. It takes off from somewhere in Australia, and it goes over other places in Australia, which we mentioned. It takes off, it does a loop around Queensland and over the Gold Coast. So anyway, love to get your thoughts on it if you're excited. We'll move on, guys. Here are 6 exciting things happening in Dubai this weekend that you can plan. A lot of things. We're obviously going to be talking about Skywards Miles promotion. You can also check out Malak Al Tuq, which is that Lebanese place that we love. They have a new location. Also, the Laughter Factory is back up and running. Guys, if you're looking for a giggle this weekend, head on down to the Laughter Factory. I'm just going to get the details open here. It's back. It's happening on Thursday, September 24th. That's today at the Grand Millennium Dubai, and tickets are 160 dirham. So if you want to check that out, it's going to have it's got a lineup of international performers, including Stephen Carlin, Pierre Hollins, and Sally Ann Hayward. I'm just going to give you the location of Malak Al Tuq. So they've opened up their branch in Dubai Silicon Oasis. And yeah, you can go for their delish toke sandwiches, which we've had before.
Just go there.
We should just
It's a Thursday. What's stopping us?
work.
That.
We can go after.
Like, let's go there, get some
toke.
yeah.
Delicious.
Get some nice juicy chicken.
We did that once as a group before.
We did, right?
We can go again.
Yeah.
Get that garlic sauce.
Oh yeah. The
Also,
garlic paste, yeah.
the garlic paste. Also, guys, Cinnabon is celebrating their 20th anniversary, which is very, very cool. You can head to any Cinnabon UAE stores. They've got deals on Cinnabons, and if you've ever had a warm, fresh Cinnabon, you'll be running back from war. Also,
So that's why we're going after Malakal Tawuk.
we just have a big day of eating ahead of us,
We
right?
just have a big day of eating.
Also, guys, in Ibn Battuta, if you've been there, in Ibn Battuta Mall, the resident camel is Camilla Cameo, who's a Lovin Dubai mascot. And if you go there and take a photo beside her, tag us on Instagram, you could win a 7-star cinema experience thanks to Ibn Battuta. So definitely check that out. Loads of things happening. And finally, like we mentioned before at the start of the show, the Dubai Mall is giving double Skywards miles for a limited time. So now your energy's back. Guys, one more thing you can do this weekend. You can earn double Skywards miles on luxury fashion and high-end jewellery collections. And next weekend, it will be double miles on all high street fashion brands. All you need to do is spend over 100 dirham and then basically scan your receipts on the Dubai Mall app within 14 days to get rewarded. So it's very simple. You can earn those double Skyward miles. So Richard talked a lot there about tiers.
Yeah.
Which I'm not. I'd love to be the type of person that understood the tiers and that like I have Emirates Skywards.
Yeah. I think
So maybe this is the
the
time.
more Skyward points you get, the higher the tier you become, and probably the better benefits you get.
So yeah, the
Or
benefits,
more access to like business lounge or like
business lounge, and apparently you can get kind of there's a
probably
lot-
business class tickets if you have enough miles.
if you have enough. And I think there's like there's things around Dubai that you can do with your Skywards
Yeah.
miles as well, which is very cool. And we have an article on that on Lovin Dubai right now if you want to check it out for more information. But like I said, it's very, very easy. All you need to do is go to the Dubai Mall starting this weekend and also next weekend, and then just scan your receipt of over 100 dirham on the Dubai Mall app, and you're good to go. Guys, those are top stories. I hope you enjoyed everything that we brought you this morning. We're back every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands, have a brilliant weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.